Hey everybody, it's time for another Redneck review. This is Robert here, the Red Prince, and today we're going to be going over Nightwing issue number 2. This particular issue is $2.99. Kyle Higgins and Eddie Bowers. I realize these reviews are, a little older, and you not going to be able to find a lot of them. But I'm trying to give you the idea of what the New 52, the things I like in the New 52 are, what I liked, what I didn't like. And, that Nightwing is always great. I mean, it's Robin all grown up. Like I said, it's done by Kyle Higgins and Eddie Burrows. And, say, the story has been so far, if you didn't catch the last one, it's, Dick Grayson is back to being Nightwing. He, is trying to figure out where he belongs in, Gotham right now, and he's trying to make something of his life. And all of a sudden, this killer comes out of nowhere trying to kill Dick Grayson, not Nightwing, and says that he is the most dangerous person in Gotham while he's talking it to Nightwing. So it's been pretty cool. Alright. So anyway, we start off back at that battle in Gotham City, the venue of House Circus, and the assassin's got Dick Grayson by the short and curlies. He's got me sit, and Dick Grayson's just here sopping wet ribs on fire, a bladed guy trying to kill me, and it's not even Friday yet. I mean, this is just normal to him. He's just looking at it as another day at the office. He goes, that's a really nice suit you've got there. Dick tells the, Nightwing tells the assassin. He says, he goes, you've got there, is it an insulated? 'Cause mine is. He goes, what are you talking about? And then all of a sudden, with some electric gloves or doohickey he has, he electrocutes the guy with all this rain and everything around there. And basically, he's back in the game at that point. His whole costume's wired to deliver a 150,000 volt shock. It's a one-time charge, but it should have been enough to put this guy down, whoever he is. If we're going to take this dance to the next level, buddy, you gotta at least give me a name. I mean, how else am I going to come up with snappy new whoop? Keep talking, hero. The guy says, this Wolverine sort of knockoff guy with the claws. It makes killing you all the worthwhile, Nightwing. Keep forgetting his actual target is me, as Dick Grayson, not Nightwing. Apparently, Grayson is Gotham's fiercest killer. I don't know how this guy got that idea. But, well, I do. I mean, I've read this a while back, but, I'm, trying to do it for your sake. We have an advertisement here, so it's got a little problem there. All of a sudden, some of the debris kicks around and goes out, hits one of the cars. Dick immediately goes to, wait, no, it's not. Some of the debris goes out of the car, and Dick throws his one of his nightsticks at it and breaks the window, trying to get the family out of the car. So he runs in there, jumps on the car, and this awesome picture right here. You can probably see it even through the pixelated stuff, but it's awesome. He goes over there, picks up, gets the people out. He tells them, no sign of the assassin after this, which means at the very least the next few days will be interesting. I should be better by now, just when I think I got Gotham figured out. You can never figure out Gotham, Nightwing. Just can't do it. Well, all of a sudden, 1 hour later, he ran into, in the last issue, he ran into an old flame at the house circus that he was visiting. He goes, you're taking me to Atlantic City tonight. He goes, what do you mean? She shows up at his door. He goes, you're taking me to Atlantic City tonight. He goes, well, what do you mean? I mean, it's like 12 o'clock at night. He goes, I am? Something's come up, Dick. Something I need your help with. I came back to the loft to grab a power bar and dry costume. He just managed to get there in the middle of her showing up to do this. He says, except I barely got out of the wet one before the doorbell rang. So I mean, he just had to strip down to his skimpies and run out there. So this, could be worse. I mean, other ways than a beautiful redhead come to your door. I mean, Nightwing's got lots of those. But what about the circus riot? We've got 2 days off. I already told Brian I'd be back before then. He's just asking, we were there. Why are you, how are you gonna miss the circus? He goes, Rhea Vestari, I couldn't remember the name, is her name, and we grew up together in house circus. But up until a few hours ago, I hadn't seen her in years. I have to get there tonight, and I don't have a car. Can you give me a lift? Beautiful girl comes back into my life and needs my help, Dick says. Who am I to say no? Yeah, I mean, I can't say I blame him right there. Yeah, I think we can figure something out, he says. All of a sudden, I think he borrows Bruce's personal jet. He goes, isn't quite what I expected. Hey, what's faster than a jet? And your boss doesn't mind you borrowing this? Well, he wouldn't be Bruce Wayne if he didn't have more than one. Is he trying to, is this you trying to impress me, she says. Hey, you said you needed to get there fast. This is the fastest. So are you going to tell me what this is all about? It's complicated, Dick. I'm good with complicated, Dick says. Try me. Mr. Howe wants to see you. So she didn't want to, she didn't have to get there. He did. He goes, I don't follow. I told him you'd come in. He just asked, but he said he couldn't risk it. What it had to be tonight. So the man that taught Dick everything he knew, in the guy who basically took care of his family, gave him their livelihood and stuff to do, is dying. She tells him, he's dying. The last little bit of connection that Dick has to that life before he became Robin, he's dying. I mean, I find that sad, because I really grew up hearing about Robin and Nightwing, and I feel a lot of understanding to that, because a lot of my old life, with friends and grandparents, we can all understand that. It's sort of like a grandfather to him. And we find ourselves on the outskirts of Atlantic City in New Jersey. I show up at the spot I'm supposed to, Dick tells him, Mr. Haley and I can't help but smile. He used to tell me about this place, the family warehouse. So it's his house circus owned the warehouse. You've been in business as long as us, kid. You end up holding on to a few things, he would tell me. Hello, Mr. Haley. He goes into the warehouse and he goes, hello, Mr. Haley, are you here? But I guess I didn't realize what he meant by a few. Whoa. He goes in here. It's all the old equipment from the circus. I realize you can't see that because it's pixelated, but it's just this moment. And at the bottom, here you see Mr. Howell shows up. Mr. Howell? Sorry how this all came together, Dickie, but I don't have much time. The tumor is eating me from the inside, and I need to make sure you have this before the cancer finishes me off. Hands him this piece of paper. This piece of paper right here. You can't really see it, but I'm just going to show you. Sorry how this all... He goes, I needed the deed to everything on the road, and everything here is all yours, kid. What, Mr. Howell? I can't. Can't? Why? Because you're too busy as a big-time hero now? What? How do you... I watched you grow up and learn how to fly, kiddo. The others may not know what you do now, but I always have. So this guy who he really admired is so cool. So he's a circus entertainer, and he can tell who Nightwing was. That blows my mind, and it makes me so sad how this one ended up. I mean, I kid you not, when I read this the first time, I cried. It was such a beautiful, and it hit a chord with me that I love. That's why I'll always get Nightwing. Well, anyway, back to what I was saying, and I know it's not who you were supposed to be, especially since all this was going to be your parents. He was going to leave it to his parents, so the only person he can leave it now to is Dick. That's so sad to me. Well, anyway, the story goes on, and Dick is just so touched by all this, and he goes, you're the one who it has to be there. So basically, Dick has been handed the keys to the kingdom of his circus. He goes, hey, You okay? Yeah, just processing. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I wanted to. But we got on the plane and all I could think about was how much has changed in the last few years. How different everything is for you now. I kind of panicked. You think things are different with me. We're sitting on your plane, Dick. No, I mean, do you think I'm different? I don't know. You still have terrible taste in clothes. Yeah, she's just ragging on about his clothes. I do that with my wife and my best buddy. I rag on him. I love to just to say something. Maybe some people think it's cruel, but I want to know that I just think that stuff doesn't matter. The person matters. He goes, no, I don't, because I don't have bad taste in. Dick responses says, I don't. Are you really saying that wearing a biker jacket all the time is awesome? And of course it is. I love biker jackets. He goes, I like this jacket, and that's why you're cute. She says, is that why? I promise you, it's the only reason. So he's saying, look, I only want you for the biker jacket. You have this plane, but you've got the biker jacket too. So anyway, we see them in a beautiful little X-ray moment. I don't recommend this part for the kids, so remember that. Oh, the driver comes back and says, call for you, got routed up here. He goes, but alright, hello, who is this? He goes, that boy. All of a sudden it's just this deep breathing. I'm not normally one to give my name to a person I'm about to kill. So I think it's the guy that Nightwing's fighting. He goes, to a person I'm about to kill, but I'm willing to make an exception for you, for a certain hero. You can call me Saiok, Psycho. If I can call you Nightwing. Your involvement makes a lot more sense now, especially after Hal told me everything. Batman, Robin, Nightwing. Though, in his defense, pain is quite a powerful motivator. So he tortured Hal. What do you want, he asked him. For you to watch me kill the old man, Dick, right now. That is, of course, unless you can stop me. So, I'm just guessing he leaped from the plane getting off there. They don't really... The pilot, he says the pilot turns the plane around, and I tell Rhea that Mr. Hal has one last thing he needs to go over. I tell her I won't take long, I'll be quick, because this time, round 2. All of a sudden he hears, as he's going in here, he says round 2 from the killer. He goes, it's not all business. So he comes in, knocks the guy down in like 2 seconds. The battle ensues, and these two are about neck and neck equal. He goes, explosions in the warehouse, great. So the whole place is coming down around them. They're fighting back and forth. It's Claw versus Nightstick. There's no quips this time, no witty banner. He goes, good. The killer goes, good. Before the place burns up, and Nightwing very quickly knocks him out, finds Hal. He goes, hey there, kiddo. Oh, he goes, oh man. Sorry. Told him who you were, Dick. Couldn't help it. Saiok really did a number on him. Need to get him out of here before. All of a sudden, from behind him, Saiok comes and slashes the back of him. Mr. Hal's still alive in that picture if you couldn't see. You know the real shame of it all, Grayson? It's how clueless you actually are. He has him pinned to the wall. For someone who's supposed to be the fiercest... fiercest killer in Gotham. So he knocks him out, throws one of the file cabinets at him. He goes, here's a new flash for you, Psycho. That's never been me. He goes, he worked for the most dangerous man in there. Well, they managed to get out. Nightwing comes through here. He goes outside, and he hears sirens. He manages to get outside and he hears sirens. How bad does it look? He tells him. The fire trucks are almost here. You're gonna make it. He tells Mr. Hal, which might be more than Soka can say. I keep my eyes on the fire, looking for any sign that he got out, but there's nothing. So he's looking out to make sure the guy doesn't come back and get him behind like he did before. Sorry, Dick. So sorry. It's all my fault. They're trying to kill us because of this secret. What this is about? About what the circus really is. The answer is in the heart of it, kiddo. answers in the heart, and that's the end of Mr. Howe, the guy who really cared about Dick. Well, all in all, this has been a great comic. It's kind of split between that and another little issue called Batman Noel, which I don't care for other things in the comic unless they're they lead to some big event. Like DC's events are pretty good. All in all, I would give this thing I would give this a perfect comic. I mean, the emotional resonance in it, the touching moments between Dick and Hal, really hit me hard because I love Dick. I love this story of an orphan boy. I love the tragic sacrifice at the end. So all in all, I'm going to give it a perfect comic for art and story. I mean, it just lends it as a part of the story arc. It does really well. The only thing that puts it down a little bit is that it's not a self-contained story. You got to go back to one and you've got to read a little bit of it. But other than that, as far as a comic, without picking too much on that particular subject, it's a perfect comic. Alright guys, well like I said, I'm trying to do better on these reviews, and I highly recommend you pick up these Nightwing issues if you get a chance, or pick up the trade paperback. I'm sure it's out by now, and I cannot stress enough how much I like Nightwing, because it gets away from the main core people and onto some side stuff. Well, that's your Redneck review from Robert, and here at Redneck Reviews, we always want you to put your comments down and let us know how we're doing. Tell us if you think we're doing a good job or a bad. It doesn't matter. Alright guys, well God bless you. This is Robert. Goodbye.